not say where it is.
Nope.
We went to this party.
And it wasn't a nice neighborhood.
Yeah. It was a nice
He
neighborhood.
doesn't care that he lost it.
Anyway.
Yeah. So we get there, we pay and we get in.
Coffee.
They give us a stamp so we can go in and out of the party. 5 minutes into it, we're inside and there's some pretty sketchy people in there, so we're like, okay, well, whatever. We saw this one guy in particular that was really sketchy.
And he kept looking over at us.
And like after 5 minutes of us just being inside, they shut down the party. They say the cops are on their way, blah blah blah. And
Which
they weren't. But we'll get to that part in a second. So we're there and we're standing outside, we're waiting to see what should we do, like should we go to another party or are we gonna have a ride home? And we're in front of a lot of people, so we decided to go on the sidewalk when there was more room. And we were luckily on a corner and there were two guys in front of us that were fighting. One guy walking in front of them, he lifts his shirt and I see that he has a handle, like a gun handle, in his pants.
He was in front of us.
Yeah.
Like right in front of us, staring at us.
Staring at us. So
She goes.
immediately, us three, I tell them to run. And we run around the corner into the park. I call 911, and we are hiding in a bush.
Hiding in a bush, like at
Half of us are hiding in a bush.
Half
in the
of
dirt.
us.
Actually, my half was hiding in a bush.
And I'm on the phone with the cops. I haven't heard anything yet. Like there was just screaming and stuff. So I told them the location, and they said that the party was shut down. So what time should you guys be here by? And they said that they hadn't gotten a call for anything. They didn't even know there was a party. So basically, we got ripped off for our money. There's a guy with a gun. So they said, okay, we're on our way. And like 5 seconds later, I hear screaming, like girls screaming, and everyone's like running around the place. We're hiding because we already knew like there was something wrong. And what are you doing?
I'm taking you.
Oh.
I can't see your screen.
I can.
It's right on the phone.
So we're still hiding, and I'm on the phone with the cops, and then suddenly after
They take hours, you know. They take
yeah,
forever.
after the screaming, we hear a gunshot. I was on the phone.
That's not funny. We should cut
She
that out.
said to get as far away from the area as possible. They say get as far away from the location as possible. So us three start running down the whole like little community lines. So we ran all the way down to the opposite side of the community where the party was, and we went around the back. But people were running all over the place, and there was one car in particular that was really sketchy because we saw it drive off when everything started. And so we're walking, and we're gonna walk to our friend's house. And then we see this car.
Shout out to her.
So we hide behind these 3 parked cars. We just crouched down so that way they didn't see us, and they turned the other way.
White car? Yeah, the one that was following us.
And that was the second time that we saw it, and it was pretty like creepy. So we kept running, and we went to the very back of the community, so we were like more hidden, trying to keep ourselves safe. And we get around to the back, and we hear more gunshots. And we were just about to go down that way to get to our friend's house. So we ran back, and we started knocking on people's doors because it wasn't safe to be outside. And we find these 2 guys who are actually pretty cool, and they just let
Shout
us
out to
in.
them.
Yeah, shout
Had
out
all
to
kinds of.
Yeah, so we're in there, we're just hanging out, we're chilling, because we're finally inside. So the police had told me they will call me when the police are there. So I'm waiting for a phone call, which I never got. And we started to hear sirens, and we hear another gunshot. And our friend, we were supposed to go to her house, she actually came to where we were. We thought she was in a car, and she was outside in a blanket.
He got me a flower.
I don't care right now. We're talking about the story.
He got me a flower.
Oh my god. You know, he could have gotten you a ride yesterday, but he didn't do that either. She was at the house, so we came outside of these 2 guys' house, and we're walking with her to her house, and again we see that same car.
And then I was like,
So we just started walking past it,
but then they kept staring at us.
and they stopped the car.
And then when we started walking faster, they backed up the car and they were following us and going really, really fast. So we ran again.
So we started running, and we ran around the corner, and we got to her house finally. Thank God. But then we heard more gunshots, and there were people outside, like wondering what was going on.
There's a
And-
guy with a gun. that,
Yeah, one of he looked like a dad. He had like a gun. Our dumbasses don't know how to handle this.
Yeah.
So we're like making
Every time we
jokes
hear
about
the
it.
noise in the freeway, we're like,
Yeah, because it was near a freeway. But yeah, so we finally got to her house. There were like 10 cop cars after like what 45 minutes
45 minutes.
of us waiting and running around. There was cop cars, and then there was choppers, and so our friend actually took us home, her mom. So we finally got home, and we were still hearing about it. We heard someone got shot, someone was in the hospital, this, that, like it's, yeah, so that's our story time, how we almost died.
Amen.